My name is Mitchell Davies. I'm part of the game design course at Gwinnett Tech, and the central theme for uh, my presentation is how games immediately impact our future and how they can be used to optimize life. And Brenda Braithwaite, in her Gaming for Understanding talk, says that in order to be more of a person, be more of a human, to interact with other humans, um, there's a lot of things we need to learn, and gaming is a tremendous method for these lessons to be taught. And, it sort of establishes a raw emotional connection with yourself and the situation in the game that sort of it's an unparalleled level of connectivity, and you learn a lot about yourself and, the circumstances in the game, whatever they might be. And it's really interesting how she talked about um, what she talked about, and the fact that um, it's sort of easier to learn how to be a human through a game than by living as a human. And it's really important to be emotionally connected and to be sort of, involved in the people around you. And in Jane McGonigal's talk, Gaming Can Make a Better World, she talks about how um, being social is a huge part about an online gaming environment. And it's sort of a, it sort of teaches players how to be optimistic, and how to accomplish these goals to the best of their ability, um, in a certain amount of time. And it's really it really goes to show that if it was implicated in the real world, that there would be a lot of manpower to make the world a better place if everyone in the game sort of spent an hour um, doing something productive in the real world. And a lot of the reasons why people play video games is because the real world isn't as forgiving. It isn't as friendly. It's not as blissful or epic. And it's not a big deal because everyone has their niche. But if players started making the world a better place through making themselves a better place, then the world it would just be on the up and up. The world would be a better place overall if everyone started working together and everyone started from the bottom and worked their way up. It would really be a huge thing if people sort of just play games and relaxed and, let their brains learn, and sort of let themselves be a part of themselves. It's sort of like a weird um, sort of sense of self thing I've got perpetuating. But um, there is a really interesting point that Jane McGonigal made in another talk, the game that can give you 10 extra years of life. She basically found out how to manipulate our emotions, and our um, she's found out how to manipulate ourselves in order to better um, experience life. And it's really interesting because um, she talks about how if there's a certain set of resilience, a certain set of things that you can refine to make your life actually longer. And it's really impressive that she came to such conclusions. But it takes honest effort from the very essence of who you are to make yourself a better you. And the way that Jane described her 3-month recovery period, and how she implemented games in her recovery really goes to show that um, with the right state of mind, you can make the best of any situation, and there's always something to learn, and there will always be a way to better your situation regardless of the circumstances. And the world will be a better place if everyone in the world wants the world to be a better place. It's really just goes to show that games are the future. There's a lot in them that's at stake, and there's a lot of potential in a game to change lives. And I'm really proud to be part of the game design course, because women like Jane McGonigal and Brenda Braithwaite, they're innovators. They have thought about things that nobody else has thought about, and it's really interesting to see how Jane McGonigal um, sort of humanizes these game environments and makes them more relatable. And it's just it's really impressive, and it's really gives me hope for the future, because games are just going to get they're going to get better, and more people are going to start playing them, and soon enough people will have that sort of um, genesis of self that makes them go out and change the world, and that's really what I'm all about. And I hope you enjoyed my review. uh, have a nice day.